Hi, it's Claire, your intuitive reader. Am I reading your story? Let's find out. The card I drew for your reading today is number 19, and it's spiritual practice. I think this is really important right now because there's a lot going on. There's environmental stuff going on, there's political stuff going on, there's just conflict. There's just a lot. There's we had a full moon in Aries, and we're in some very Aries energy. And Aries energy can be really great, but it can also be very intense, and there can be a lot of conflict. So making sure that you're very grounded and you're practicing a spiritual practice, that you're really getting into the base of things. Like I've gotten a lot of box breathing where you count to 4 and breathe in and then breathe out for 4 and then breathe in for 4 and then breathe out for 4. And you create that box with the 4 corners. That can really help ground us, because when things get intense, I've noticed this recently. Like, see, here's the smoke and stuff. Like, my car was registering 10 degrees hotter than it was outside. And I've been extremely hot, even though it hasn't been as hot as you'd think it was. So there is this feeling that our internal motors are really revving. Well, the outside isn't really showing it, so you've got to trust yourself. Also, be very aware of any fire. If you light anything, make sure it goes out. I had a very weird thing happen. I lit a candle, like this blue one over here, and I snuffed it out. I have a candle snuffer, and I sat there and I did it, and there was nothing. There was no smoke, nothing. I came back upstairs and the candle was gone, and there was no wax. There was just the wick, and I was like, how did this happen? And it must have been inside the wick and just traveled, but where did the wax go? It was the weirdest thing. Maybe there's special candles that burn. I'm not sure, but it was very interesting that there was just nothing. So just be aware that you may think so maybe even if you can't see the fire that's burning inside you, it's there. So let's get some cards to see. So we'll just keep this card active, and we'll remember. So here we have this red energy, which is your root. So really staying grounded. I'm getting that, like, really imagine yourself, sit grounded, put your feet flat on the ground, go out, put your feet in the soil, but just imagine that you have roots coming from you, and they're going into the earth, and ask the earth to connect with you, ask the earth to team up with you. Hey, let's hold, I'd love to be a part of this. Really ground that energy, make it physical. Think of it as a physical thing, like a tree. A tree that's strong has strong roots before it even emerges from its little sproutling. Those roots travel deep and far. And then there's that mycelium network where everything's connected. So think about that. I also got a weird movie, and it's the M. Shyamalan, The Happening, and it's about trees that are releasing neurotoxins and affecting people. So there might be this kind of connection that we are everything we are connected to. Anything and everything we're connected to is going to affect how we appear in the world. So I actually didn't pick any cards before this reading. So I'm going to see what comes out. Let's see, which cards should I use for you guys? Is it the Witch's Tarot? I don't know enough about this one to really get it, but you know what? It's the one that's here. So let's see if that's the correct one. Everything's falling now. The Maze. Okay, so yeah, maybe. So the Maze came out. Something that scares you, but is useful. This I put in the first position of your spread. So this is something that scares you. And what I see here is the inner knowing, the inner working. Like, think of that. Under all this maze is, because it's a hedge maze, are more roots. So think about it's like all these little trees, and they go deep down. And so I think you're afraid of going within, really seeing what the inner workings of you. What are your roots? Where do you create from? So let's see. The next card is something you hide to your detriment. Something you hide to your detriment. What could that be? Here, we're just going to move this for a second. I hadn't even gotten the cards out and they were hopping out at me. Something that you hide to your detriment. I'm doing something I call the haunted house spread. Even though we're not in October, I still like haunted houses. And haunted houses aren't necessarily like, you know, just those houses that you see in movies and stuff. This reminds me of The Shining. And The Shining was all about this house played upon these internal demons. So if he had been grounded and had a spiritual practice, it probably wouldn't have affected him. The child in The Shining has spiritual gifts, so they connect to the alive. So for what something that you hide to your detriment is the Seven of Fire. The Seven of Fire is the Seven of Wands. It might be that you're really like, okay, like in this maze, this is what you're hiding. You're hiding that you're this fiery person, that you have this heart of a lion, that you have these roses that have thorns. Maybe you like to appear nice and agreeable, but the universe is telling you this is what you're hiding. You're hiding your true self and people can't see the roses because you're afraid of the thorns. They can't see your beautiful mane and your strength because you're afraid of how you're going to appear to people. So that's something that should be worked on, because going into this maze energy where you're not really sure where you're going and what's happening, you know, it's like, well, you're not sure where the lightning is going to strike, and you're not trusting yourself. This is beautiful energy. This is fire. This is passion. This is, I mean, you can't have roses without the thorns, because they protect them. They have aphid. I mean, like, the only way to get off the aphids is to either put them in soapy water. I don't know why I'm talking about this, or put ladybugs. But, you know, if you're just in symbiosis with it, I mean, there are some massive thorns on this. So, like, think about this, a castle. So your castle, you're the internal way, who you are is this spiritual practice. This is your temple, right? And then in order to get through it, you have to deal with it. There's a maze that you have to get to know yourself. You have to go to every corner. You're going to get lost. You're going to be like, which way am I going? I can't see the sun here, but you have that within yourself. That light is coming through. It is shining on you. You are divinely guided. And again, back to the spiritual practice. So the next one is something that haunts you. This is the walking ghost. Something that haunts you and can be banished. So what haunts you and can be banished? Let's see. Let's see what it haunts you. And, whoa, it's way too many. Okay, thank you. Just one card, please. Just one card. Let's see. What haunts you that can be banished? You know, maybe people have told you you're too intense. Screw them. Really. Like, screw them. I mean, why do you have to be manageable? Why? That's so boring. Yeah, I don't think you should. And with the maze here, I see this is kind of like your brain too. There's the folds of the brain, and like, so maybe you're really afraid of yourself. You're afraid of your true self. So it's something that haunts you but can be banished. Your walking ghost. Ooh, messenger of air. This looks like the Page of Swords. Wow. So this is this feeling of not feeling real. Look at him. He's gray. And it doesn't have to be he or she, but what I'm seeing here is like, you feel almost like you are a walking ghost. Oh my gosh, this position in this spread is called walking ghost. And I think that's what I'm seeing here is you're feeling that you are not part of this world, that you need to be somewhere else, that you are apart from these roots. You know, he's standing on a stone, he has feathers on his feet. He wants to be in the sky, and being a part of that world, but feels stuck, feels like a ghost in this world, because maybe you are meant to spread your wings and fly, and your whole life has been being told to stay small, to not be that. And look at, like, this is who you really are, this is what's coming through, but this is how you're feeling. But it can be fixed. It can be fixed if you really try. You know, birds of a feather flock together. It may felt like you don't have that. So the next position is crazy poltergeist, a destructive behavior that is to consider changing. And that is number 18, the Guardian. So let's see, what's the destruction here? What I get from this card is staying still. Like trying to be someone else that you're not. Like, he's wearing these antlers, right? And he's sitting on this tree, which has actually been turned into a chair. So instead of it being the tree of life, the tree of abundance, is actually dead. And so staying stuck in that energy and feeling like you need to be the guardian and take care of everything and, you know, like be neutral and do all these things, when in fact you need to be yourself. So this is the poltergeist. This is a destructive behavior to consider changing. So maybe you're putting on clothes, maybe you're putting on a persona, you know, sitting in energy that you don't resonate with, but you can fix this. So I would definitely consider changing this. So let's see what's next. Next one is suave vampire, something attractive but draining. So this is something that's going to like take your energy. It's like the devil energy, you know, it's attractive. Ooh, you know, I can have this and I can have that, but it's zapping your energy, and that might be getting in the way of your spiritual practice. So let's see. The priestess. Oh, interesting. See how in the priestess here, this moon energy, this keeping things hidden. So, oh, that's what's going on. Yeah. It feels like a vampire at night, right? It feels attractive to do all of this, you know, to float both lines, to have 1 foot in and 1 foot out on each path. But in doing that, it's draining your energy. See, it's draining out. Your energy is draining because if you pick one side or the other, see how we have the roses back here again? Maybe you don't want to pick that side because you would rather stay on the side of being that ghost energy. Like, he's almost disappeared here with those white flowers and this white deer. Or wait, is that a deer? Yeah, this white deer. So this energy of staying on this side of not taking as much space up, not being your true self, not doing, I mean, because she has this mallet, like this could be a big gong, like make a decision, step into your light, step into your power. And I guarantee you that your life will change. I mean, look, the moon can give that energy, that light too. But if you're trying to sit on the fence, if you're trying to keep 1 foot on the path and, you know, to keep everybody happy, there's going to be no success. Maybe people like to think of you as pure and this and that, and you like that, having that, that like solid, you know, predictable energy. But the universe is saying you're showing up as this very strong, unpredictable energy, and you could be a little prickly, and that's okay. Own that. You don't need to be afraid of that. See, again, this red energy of your roots. Where do your roots lie? Because she seems more solid in this environment, in this energy. It seems more grounded. See how the roses are actually wrapped around her foot? So she's not afraid of the thorns. Okay, so the last card is Kindly Fairy Godmother, a gift to help you clean your house. Let's see what we get. And we're talking about spiritual practice. So how are you going to clean your spiritual house up? Okay, let's see. 6 of Water, 6 of Cups. And that's funny because we got the 6 of Cups for the last reading. And this is about finding, you know, the correct one for you. Like, this is in the past. I don't know what it means in this card because I don't know much about this card, but I'm going to just look at it. It's like it goes down, the bird dives down, and then, grabs a fish from the past. So really connecting. Who were you in the past? What really resonated with you, and going back to that place. You know, really having your eye on a time in like, see here, the school of fish, right? And it's in the past here. So it's not the one in the front. It's not the ones in the group. It's actually by itself. And so that, again, that energy of being alone, that energy of being alone within yourself, having very balanced energy for your spiritual practice. The fact that this is a gift from your kindly fairy godmother, what I'm seeing here is that you can get exactly what you want. You just have to decide what you want. You have to really decide, because you can't be on both sides of the fence. You cannot. It's draining you. It is really taking away from who you truly are. So spending some time on your spiritual practice can really help you decide what you truly want. So is there anything else you want to tell me? Here at the bottom of the deck, we have the Shaman, number 13. And number 13 is also the devil and other cards, or death. I'm not really sure. I don't remember. But this is about blind faith, like really, truly believing, knowing within yourself. Like if she were to put this headband down over her eyes, it would be sort of this symbol thing. And oh my gosh, she has the mallet for that drum. Oh my gosh. So when you really decide to pick up your priestess energy, you will also heal. And this is part of your whole spiritual path. I can't believe how beautiful that is. Because like she literally has the, you can't see it in his hand. And I told you it was like a gong, but it's actually a drum. So you have to dance. You have to move to your own beat. You have to really believe that what's for your best and highest good. I love this energy. I mean, really, honestly, wow. It is literally mirroring itself. You know, your death and rebirth as the high priestess. Gender doesn't matter, but this is going to come from your spiritual practice, from really grounding yourself. You know, whatever practices you have, it can be very simple. It can be as simple as putting your feet in the earth, really being in the present moment. Take 5 minutes. Take 5 minutes and really think about yourself, grounding that energy. So before we go, I'm going to ring the bell because I like to clear the energy. And okay, here it comes. And if there's anything that's bothering you, let it go away. Let it soar. Let it melt away. So, if you enjoyed the story, please come back. Please like, subscribe, comment, share, turn on that little notification, and most importantly, come back, like I said, because I love you guys. I love this community. It's been almost a year, and it's been an incredible year. I love you guys so much, and I couldn't have done that without you. And remember, we put little koala emojis down in the comments because we love koalas here. Love them, love them, love them. So many koalas, that's not even all of them. They just keep popping up, showing up. So just like you guys, the collective is getting larger and larger, and I love you guys so much, and I couldn't do this without you. Again, love you, love you, love you. And I'll see you soon. Bye. Let's get this spiritual practice going. You got this. You got this.